Hello, my name is Katrina Dech, and today I'm going to speak to you about neonatal abstinence syndrome. Not many people know what neonatal abstinence syndrome is unless they are working in a hospital or involved in any kind of healthcare settings, or if they know somebody who has had that problem, or a lot of people just don't know. Today I'm going to answer that and explain to you what it is, how children get it, and the long-term effects of what's going to happen once the baby leaves the hospital and what's going to happen from there on forward. I will discuss in particular the causes, effects, and cures of neonatal abstinence syndrome. I guess the big question we're asking is, what is neonatal abstinence syndrome? Neonatal abstinence syndrome is a group of problems that occur in a newborn when they are exposed to any illegal or prescription drug while still in the womb. The types of drugs are cocaine, marijuana, opiates, and narcotics are the main types of drugs that babies are born addicted to. So pretty much neonatal abstinence syndrome says that if you're born addicted to a drug as a baby, then you're said to have neonatal abstinence syndrome. It's a fancy way of saying a baby is born addicted to drugs. But nobody ever wants to sit there and say that a baby's born addicted to drugs because nobody wants that to happen. What happens is when the mother does the drugs, it is passed through to the baby through the placenta. So the baby is also born addicted to drugs then. The next thing is what happens when the baby is born. It's not only what happens when the baby's inside of the mother, but it's also what happens after the baby's born. The baby's addiction begins in 1 to 3 days after birth. So once they're born, they have to allow a little bit of time for the placenta to stop, and then in 5 to 10 days, the symptoms of withdrawal will appear. Because after they are out of the mother, they are not connected to the placenta anymore, therefore they are not receiving the drug. Some symptoms are excessive crying, trembling, sleep problems, irritability, and weight gain. The baby struggles with withdrawal by not gaining weight, by having reflux problems, which means a lot of times they can get a tube put in to feed on because they have reflux problems with trying to suck milk down through a bottle. Many times they have a prolonged hospital stay because of their low weight gain, and sometimes their symptoms are just too strong to take them home on. And also, they have to receive the drug to ease the withdrawal symptoms. They receive methadone or morphine for a period of time to relieve those symptoms. Many babies are on methadone, but it depends on the type of drug, whether you're on methadone or morphine. And again, like I was saying, that eases the symptoms of the withdrawal. Can neonatal abstinence syndrome be cured? It can, but it's a long recovery process. There's low weight gain. They have to keep testing for problems throughout the child's life to make sure that everything is okay and that they're not going to have bigger issues along the way, such as mental retardation or prolonged reflux skills. They're often very fussy and hard to calm, and a lot of times they do not like to be touched, held, or any of the above, so even something as simple as changing their diaper, they do not like. Children and youth services are often involved because drugs are illegal, and when you're pregnant, you're not just doing the drugs yourself, you have your child involved on them also. And that's not something you want. You don't want your child to be born on drugs. The babies normally are in the NICU, which is the Neonatal Intensive Care Unit, and then they can either go to a rehabilitation hospital or they normally go into some type of foster care, if not because they are addicted to drugs and they can't go home with the parents because there's normally an investigation going on of why you did these drugs and if you're still on them. So they try and help the parents really solve their addiction also. These children have a very high risk of becoming addicted to drugs and just having an addictive personality later in life because of the simple fact that they were born addicted to drugs. So I hope I taught you a lot about neonatal abstinence syndrome. And just to go back, doing drugs while pregnant causes neonatal abstinence syndrome. It is 100% preventable, but there's always those people who have that addictive personality that need a little extra help but don't reach out early enough. The effects are the fussiness, the crying, the refluxes, the slow weight gain, those type of issues. And the cures, they can be cured. They have to just keep watching the child and watch them later in life for addictive symptoms. I hope you all enjoyed my presentation and learned a lot about neonatal abstinence syndrome. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know. Thank you.